legendary bow angles.
Tell you what, it may seem strange to some people, but one of the strangest compliments I have received in the past is that they love watching the Fishing Planet videos when they're trying to go to bed. A lot of people tell me this. And I watch shows when I'm trying to go to bed as well. And I think it's a pretty cool thing. So I thought, why not make it a series? Why don't we go out, fish at night here in Fishing Planet, and make it a specific series that people can watch and relax and go to bed to. So we are starting it off here at Emerald Lake, taking it to the very back, to the very beginning, and catching some of the walleye here at night, which is one of the first kind of examples of really catching a lot of fish at night in Fishing Planet. So I hope you enjoy. Hit the like button, snuggle up in bed, and prepare yourself for this new segment we're going to call Bedtime Fishing with Bo. Alright, back in Emerald Lake. I'm assuming we're just going to kind of keep this to maybe a half hour. Hopefully that gives you enough time to doze off into sleep. And set the timer on your TV to fall asleep, you know what I mean? We're gonna toss out towards this tree, just like we have done in the very past. I've been hearing people tell me that they've been having trouble with getting a rod stand to work on this dock, and I assume it's the ones that stick in the ground. And you would think that it's supposed to stick in the ground. The very best you could possibly do is sticking it in between one of these planks. Otherwise, you wouldn't think that would be very easy to do. You know what I mean? We've got small minnows on a 1/0 hook. I'm gonna toss 2 of them out there. One over by this marker that I believe should mark the beginning of the deep water. I'm gonna put that down as well. And while we're waiting for a bite, if we ever do get a bite, I'm going to toss this narrow spoon, purple narrow spoon, which specifically, wolf in the background, specifically got famous because of Emerald Lake. I think that's pretty cool. I think in watching this in reality, people are going to say that it kind of reminds them of watching golf. And that's fine. This is just supposed to be kind of a Bob Ross meets Fishing Planet. And that's absolutely fine. You can see right in front of us, we've got a lot of happy trees next to the cat tail. And a little bit of a twitch. We might change it up. Change it up and do a stop and go every once in a while or something. Change the time of the alarms down to 5%, but I might just have to change it to 0. First walleye, 3.296 pounds, very nice. This guy in before we lose him due to the slack. There we go. Got him in as well, 3.5 pounds, not bad at all. We're starting it off. Does this bring back memories or what? I'm sure just about everyone who's played Fishing Planet can recall their time at Emerald Lake. Just, some people do it more than others. You know what I mean? I remember when we did it, we moved around quite a bit. And even when we recommended EESS to people, there are some people who look at it as just ESS. Stay at Emerald Lake until you get to 30 and can go to St. Croix. And it's not a bad way to do it, I suppose. Bell alarm down to 0, and we're just gonna have to keep an eye on those rod tips to see if we have anything moving. Being the first episode, I'm sure we'll figure out the kinks of things. Looks like we've got something on that first rod there. Let's trade this out. Not too bad. Walleye fishing at Emerald Lake. And it is an iconic fishing venture that everyone gets to experience. And I usually tell people, especially if they've just started and they're, at Lone Star and they're wondering about going to Falcon or Mudwater, I say, hey, go to either of them if you want to. Your main goal is making enough money, getting to a high enough level to go to Emerald Lake. Once you get to Emerald Lake, and all you need is a spinning rod that can, handle a 5-pound fish, and you buy that number 1/0 narrow spoon, that is really going to open the game up to you. From there, you can buy your feeder rods, and start fishing with small minnows, experiment with the feeder rods, experiment with the rod holders. That is really going to open up the game. And from there, I do see it as difficult sometimes for people to just keep on fishing for walleye all the way to level 30. But some people can do it. Some people just buckle down and put in the work. Another guy right here, skimming along the top. We're not using extremely strong gear by any means. I think these rods are Big Ali's. They might be going to 16 pounds. And then this jig winner is 13 pounds. Which is, they're both of them very strong for a 2 to 5 pound walleye, but there's one on the rod here. Constant, just consistent action here at Emerald Lake. That is what people really like. At some point, oh, look at that, trophy black crappie. Didn't expect that, did we? It's fun. Pretty fish, really. All the different splotches on them. Oh, now we've got one on that other rod. I'm going to throw this out, set it down, and pick up the other one. Tell you what, if you're still awake right now, if you haven't fallen asleep already after 8 minutes, I would love people could go down in the comments and let me know what the next Bedtime Fishing with Bo episode should be. I would love to head out to Blue Crab at some point. I realize a jump from Emerald Lake to Blue Crab might be a little bit crazy, but I think that would be fun. Another 2.6 pound walleye there. Good deal. I think maybe around the 20-minute mark or something like that. We might go out in the kayak and attempt to catch some pike, and maybe a sauger would be kind of cool. I know a lot of people struggle with sauger, so it would be cool to include it in the video. That is me being hopeful that I can even catch sauger, but I have an idea. Pretty much where that fishing guy is over there. Look at that. His soft set on that one and got him. Off to the left now. Seems like a decent sized one. Yeah, look at that. Trophy walleye. 4.742. Almost 5. That is a great sized walleye. That is awesome. Go ahead and keep him. But yeah, the pike. People love catching pike. You sometimes can catch the pike along the edge. These weeds here. And you'll also catch pike back along these lily pads and weeds and back along over there and out towards where that guy is over there. You'll find them as well. But usually I'll set myself up in a kayak like right here and then cast towards the rock and back into that area over there. And usually I'll end up catching a sauger that way. But seems like the walleye are pretty localized to this main area right in front of the dock. which is great for the beginner players. Letting that narrow spoon slowly fall down. I started off with a twitch, but then I skipped and started doing a stop and go, and that started working pretty well as well. Got one on this rod. Old Burrito 2 over there just caught a young northern pike. Very nice. They're almost 3.5 pound walleye. Good deal. Alright. Continue our retrieve of this narrow spoon and see if we can entice anything over. Did switch to a 1-speed. 1-speed, just kind of pulling it along the bottom, really. That enticed this guy. Get in here. Go. It's always funny when you catch a real small version of the fish that just kind of a scaled down version of the larger fish. They sometimes feel bigger than the other ones. You know what I mean? Because it pulls them in closer. And so they seem like a larger fish even if they're smaller. I like it. Wonder how many walleye we've caught so far. I think I might take that as my sign that we've hit our max walleye for the night. At least for this particular hour. Let's go ahead and cut that time in half. I'm the fireman sound to it. I like the sound of the crickets in the back. I moved over here and then we're gonna move right back. Even though we probably could have ran that distance. Gonna pick up rods for us without having to reel them in. I think here we should still catch walleye. We're having to switch days. These rods back out there. Oh, can't even get the spinning rod out there first. We already have a bite on that first feeder rod there. Walleye, they go crazy for those small minnows. I feel like the 1/0 hook is really a good way to go about it, as far as having a good combination of, 2 pound plus walleye, but also having a pretty good chance of getting, a trophy walleye close to 5 pounds. That's always fun. 3.5 pounders. I say I switch to that 1 speed. So long as I can continue doing that stop and go, if I can keep it down towards the bottom and then that middle of the water column, that's the big deal there. Just change it out with this one. Wonder how many people would be wondering if I noticed that rod going. Pulling in this one pretty quick though. Oh no, the other one's gone slack. 4-pounder there. Wolf howling in the back. I've been spending some time again Terneuzen Canal for the Test Your Spot series, and they have a similar wolf howling sound that goes off, but it's followed by something else, and I can't entirely tell if it's a wolf kind of finishing up his howl with some like smaller, shorter, like less loud howls or something like that, but it sounds like a woman or a child crying, and it really freaks you out fishing at night. You hear this wolf howl, and then you kind of hear this like, just sounds like someone's just crying behind you, and you just think, oh, that's freaky. That would keep me up at night. I would really hope that no one would mention it when I'm trying to fall asleep. But then someone did, because they're mean. Not even getting a chance to throw out our spinning rod. Catching them on these small minnows. Here we have an opportunity to throw that narrow spoon back out there. Slow down. Back in the day, we used to also try 3-speed. We'd let it go all the way down to the bottom, and then we would just reel it in. 3-speed. Oh, he's right there. Oh! Well, you waited till the last second to come and grab that guy. Pulled it all the way from the very back at 3-speed, and he didn't start following it till the very end. I was thinking quicker. I probably should have changed the speed, but I was more drawn off by that guy using his super loud boat. Oh. Coming after it again. There we go. Free speed, just dragging that spoon along the top. Started seeing him fall on it. It's crazy. I'm gonna try that again. Let's try a little top water walleye action. Be kind of a fun video if it actually worked well. What's this? Oh, we got another one going off on the feeder rod there. See it coming in. No, in that way. Ooh, ooh. Wait, he came down at the very end there. Now my mind's even going crazier. Oh, this seems like a good fish. Alright. Look at that. 5-pounder. That's what that is. That is the most you can hope for here at Emerald Lake. That is a trophy, my man. That is awesome. $658. If you're a new player, $658 for one fish. Open your eyes. That is so cool. Good to see. Gotta love that. Coming on 25 minutes now. Might also be catching last couple walleye here. I'm going to take this and we're going to reel this up to the top. So I am kind of curious now. Every time we pull this spoon up to the top, we end up having a walleye following it. Not this time though. Though it could be because we're just not going to be catching a fish at all. Well, Lunkin just got a trophy sauger. I think I'm going to go ahead. That $1,000. A lot of kind of crummy nights here. Skip to day 5, night 5. I'm gonna go out in the kayak. stop. I'm just gonna throw down the anchor because honestly, we don't really need any help catching these fish from the kayak. If I can just stay in this spot, that would be ideal, I think. Switch in between 1 and 2 speed. Depending upon lures work. You kind of want to stay in that bottom to mid water column. Let's do a straight retrieve this time. Maybe even at 1 speed. Drop all the way down to the bottom, and then we'll just do a straight retrieve back to the kayak and see if that works. Nope, that's not working out for it. Let's just cast back into this deep. And then we'll just do a stop and go on the way back in. Good Ben do it. Pass. All the way down to the bottom. Stop and go. Bringing it back in. We're just not having a hole over here, are we? We should change it up. That seems excessive. Two. In one. Try this and see if we get lucky with this one. something. Pretty big, but he finally came up and grabbed it. Hey, there we go. That is what we were looking for right there. 1.5 pound sauger. That is awesome. They're interesting but pretty fish, you know? Patchwork. Patchwork. Different splotches on them and everything like that. Very cool. Spots on the dorsal fin there. I like that a lot. That's cool. Go ahead and keep this guy. Seeing fish jump over here. Hoping that maybe the right lure would to entice a pike. These ones. It's frustrating to see so many fish that are apparently jumping over there. We throw a casting spoon over there and it's as if there's nothing over there. You'd think, I mean, unless it's the problem with the color. Perch, pike. Oh, went to set the hook, but I can't go any further to the right there. Dang. Come. There we go. Sean, let's go. It's a crappie. How about that? Oh, we were gonna pull a pike out of it. Well, I tell you what, everyone. I feel like this is as good a stopping point as ever. Hopefully, some of you are asleep by now, and the TV is already turned off. But if not, I hope you enjoyed this first bedtime fishing with Bo. You did and you're still awake, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. Let me know if you're still awake and where we should be going for the next episode. I'd love to see it. If you thought this was boring and it made you want to go to sleep, then that's perfect, because that's exactly what I was wanting to do. If you want to join us at our live streams every Monday, Wednesday, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Central, make sure you do so. Can't promise that you'll fall asleep during those, but if you do, that means I'm doing a really bad job. So anyway, take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode. That wolf is always trying to steal the attention, steal the spotlight. See you in the next episode, and as always, remember, everyone.